and welcome back to my channel. I hope you've all had a great day or are going to have a great day. What we've got today for you is another unboxing and review. This guy, or this girl, as actually technically is one I've really looked forward to. You know, when I first saw sort of this character kicking ass, it was just phenomenal, and I was like, wow, I hope to God to make this one. I really hope to God to make this one. It should just be a mint character, you know, that the helmet that she was wearing and everything else. That was just a beautiful design. So when this one came out, I seen that it was a limited run edition, and I was like, shit, I can't miss out on this one, and I can't just sit back and wait like I normally do for a lot of different figures. I had to pull the trigger fairly early, and I managed to get this one from Pop Collectibles. It worked out to be slightly cheaper than anywhere else. I was concerned because obviously being a Hong Kong based firm, it's just how it would come and what I would end up getting charged this side of things. But to be honest, I was delighted when I got this thing through. It actually came with a shipper box as well, which is something I really didn't expect. You know, because usually if you're buying from a Hong Kong based thing, you don't normally get the shipper boxes. It's very rare you'll get a shipper box from them. And it came boxed inside of another, the shipper box was boxed inside of another box, and the shipper box was actually bubble wrapped as well to make sure. I mean, it even had the plastic corners on to make sure, yeah, hard plastic corners on to make sure that this damn thing arrived in bloody good condition. And reading the actual thing on it, the marked down the price or the value of the item being a hell of a lot lower than it actually was, in order for it to get past the customs people, without the customs people hitting you with a customs charge, which I think was just absolutely spot on. You know, there is so many places in Hong Kong that won't do that. They classify themselves as that thingy type of a business that they put down the exact price that you've paid, and if it means that you get charged internationally, you get charged internationally. It's as simple as that. You know, you just got any thingy for it. So I was glad when this thing arrived and I didn't have to pay anything extra for it. I was actually quite shocked when it arrived as quickly as what it did as well, because I didn't order it that long ago, so it's come through very, very quickly. But anyway, guys, you've been looking at this front end of this box long enough, and it's a gorgeous looking box. I mean, I really do like the look of this, and it's obviously a picture of the character itself that you're getting, not actually from the movie, but the item you're getting itself. So it's really cool. And again, you've got your little band around the thingy. Obviously when you tip this down, the Star Wars is going to be upside down, but that's how it goes when I'm doing the videos. You got your stuff written on, your warnings and what have you on the back, and another gorgeous picture on there. Yeah, so that's all beautifully done, and it looks absolutely stunning. Let's see what picture we'll get inside, because these are the ones that's normally really, really beautiful. So let's see. And there you go, that is the one you are getting on the inside. I actually don't think that's quite as nice as the one that's on the front. I prefer the one that's on the front, but again, it's showing just another picture that you can do with it. I'm sort of bashing away at some of the best score, but that's pretty cool. And next, let's drop this down and show you. There's what you're getting. You're not going to see much because of obviously the glare, but now I'll get all the pieces out, show you what you get accessories wise, guys. Okay then, guys, so here's all the accessories you get. Now this might seem a bit choppy and not make something easy. That's because the audio went off on this part, so I don't have the original audio. I'm having to record this as I'm watching it again. Now we've got the same thing as usual with Hot Toys, which is more hands for one side than the other, which is something that bothers me a lot. You know, it's like, why give you so many hands for one side and not so many for the other? Just give it the same amount for each side. It's not hard, you know. And then you give us a chance to be able to swap things over as and when we please, instead of forcing us to use certain hands, or have it forcing us to use things in a certain hand rather than being able to swap them and change them over as we wish. You know, give it the same amount of hands for each side. It's, yeah, it's not a hardship. It to me, it just makes common sense, you know. That's, I suppose, it's hot toys for you. You know, they always seem to make more hands for one. But here's the base. Really nice looking base. I like this one. It's not using the sand base, which is what they would normally use on a lot of these ones, where you're forcing the feet to go into a certain position. So I like this one. This is really nice. You know, it's weathered nicely. So you got the brown and a slight black overlay on it. You know, what I mean? So it's nice. It looks like it's sort of, it's been stood on, it's been walked on, it's you know, it's seen better days. Yeah, but it's a really nice looking piece with the fact that it's got the silver thing in the front as well. You got to get your normal, as per usual, your normal grabber to help stand it up. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's always nice to have them, even though I do tend not to use them. Then what you've got is your ladle there with sort of really good textures in on the inside. You can see there it's sort of like that speckled effect to it. Yeah, it looks metallic-ish. And then you've got the sort of the lines on the inside as if it's molten, as if it's been melted down and it's sort of still sort of malleable, I suppose it would be the word to use there, that it could be poured out and thingies. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, you've got the tweezers here, which are sort of working, and it's nice to see that they're working. It's plastic, you know, so you sort of got that thing you're going, well, you know, how much are these going to bend and thingy, but again, painted really nicely. You know, I can't complain at that. It looks pretty damn good, slightly weathered, and the fact that they work, you know, the open and shut is just an added bonus. You know, it really is. And of course, you've got the sort of, I would say it would be the hammer style thing you do, you know, for sort of braying out the pieces and trying to get it all the way she wants it. And again, weathered quite nicely. You know, looks metallic-y. You know, it's just plastic again. You know, it's light, which is a good thing in one respect, because it means then it won't put a lot of undue pressure on the joints. And then of course you've got that sort of like a welding torch type thing, you know, that she uses to sort of tack on his emblem. So that's pretty cool as well. You know, you've got the black thing on there, and you've got some sort of weathering to it again, so it's cool. And of course you have this piece of Beskar, again, just plastic, cheap plastic, but it's nice the way you can see sort of the shape to it, the thingy to it, where you've got the gradients, almost like a wood style gradient to it, like it's been sort of melted and then that's the thing it's been put into. Yeah, so, but you can see there the finish on it is pretty thingy on the sides of where it's been thingy. They could have like literally sort of made that slightly better, but hey, yeah, what do you want for the money you pay? Got the normal wrist pegs, spare wrist pegs, which is always good to have just in case. Never coming wrong. Hopefully you won't ever have to use them, but you never know. They're always there as spares just in case. And of course the one right hand that you get is a gripping hand, and it's weathered nicely. The gloves are weathered nicely. Looks sort of pretty good. Yeah, nice sort of design to them. Slight raised bit there for the back of the glove. Sort of nice effect to it. You know, it's just what you want, but I would have preferred to have more of them. You know, because it's weathered quite nicely. It looks good. Yeah, but the fact you only get one of that hand compared to these ones, you know, that one looks like it's been used for gripping onto the piece of Beskar. You know, I think that'd be pretty cool to see. Again, it's sort of weathered nicely. You can see the different tones put in there. Yeah, it's good. It's cool. Yeah, you can see here. I'm gonna put a bit of Beskar in there and sort of show how it can be held. So that's yeah, it's pretty cool that they've got sort of a hand directly made for doing that. But again, why couldn't you have the choice between which hand you wanted her to hold it in? Yeah, that one looks almost like a gun holding hand, which is strange because she doesn't have any guns. But yeah, what you're going to use it for, I don't know. We'll have to see. And then of course you got another gripping hand for the other side. So, and again, at least with that one, you can put either one of those sort of gripping style weapons into a different hand and have a choice. So that's pretty cool, yeah. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get the figure out here and show you the actual figure himself. See what we think of that. And You can see here, this is what they come like if you get them original. So you've got the plastic bits on to protect them, which is really cool that they do that, you know, so all the plasticky bits on just to protect everything, stop any paint, rub and anything from sort of damaging it. I like the fact that it's material on the clothing. We'll get into that more shortly. Now, sometimes these plastic bits can be a bit hard to get off, but as you can see, this one's not too bad. It came off not too bad, and you can see a bit of plastic around the actual wrist peg area, so to protect the wrists from getting any sort of damage from the clothing. The boots are normally the more trickier ones. You sometimes have to cut them with a knife just to get them off, you know. But again, this one isn't too bad. I did manage to get them off without having to resort to sort of cutting the sellotape on them, but that's what can generally happen, you know. You have to cut the sellotape on them at times. And oh, I almost forgot this piece. A bit piece of the armour from his chest, where you can see it's been damaged. So maybe that's what she's busy working on. You could have her working on that to thing it. You know, you can see again how it does look very metallic. Lovely piece. I love what they've done with it. I love the weathering to it. And these dents are actually dents in it. You know, it's not just a paint effect. It is actually sort of divots and dents in the actual armour itself, which is pretty damn cool. You know, they go to that length to make something sort of as good as they possibly can. You know, the inside, you can see it's not really going to stick to anything. You'd have to put someone on the inside of it to make it sort of stick to his chest, but it's still a nice piece. You know, it's really cool. I like what they've done. And here she is, guys, in all her glory. A beautiful, beautiful piece. Took all the plastics off, as you can see, so you can just get a proper eye-on view of her, you know. And she looks fantastic, and she really does. I do love this piece, and she was just a hell of a kick-ass character in the actual TV series. What we're going to do is we're going to pull it in, take a closer look at this, everything, you know, as we normally do, and take it through all the sort of how much movement she'll actually have to what you get. You know, it's one of those figures that came out really damn quick. You know, it sort of hit the market from nowhere. Nobody knew it was coming. Then the next thing you know, boom, it was released. And like I said, because it's a limited run, it was a case of it was a must to pick it up when I had the chance. Yeah, and the fact that the Pop Collectibles had in the cheapest version was just something that I had to give them a try. Yeah, I was going to try it from Toys Wonderland, but I thought, no, these ones are cheaper from Pop Collectibles, so I'm going to go for there. I love the fact on the top there, it's just got like the horned style thingy, which sort of reminds you of the Darth Maul style characteristics to it. On the back there, you've got the sort of the hair that looks like Chewbacca's hair. So obviously at some point she looks like she's been hunting Wookiees. You know, and she's got some Wookiee pelt on her, which I think is cool. The helmet itself, it's just fabulous. You know, the details to it, the colouring to it, the weathering to it, yeah, and that Wookiee pelt. I'm worried that some of the actual pelt will start to come out and drop out over time, but let's hope it lasts quite a while before any of that crap starts happening. As you can see there's little bits of it already starting to like flaking out of it a bit. So just let's hope it lasts quite a while. But it's a beautiful looking Wookiee pelt that's on her. Yeah, I think it's really nice, and it just again it just stands out. You know, the armor that she wears, really nice. Though it does look very sort of cheap and plasticky in the front there. Yeah, it's not got that same sort of look and feel to it. It's like some of the other things I've got where they can look like they're sort of expensive. They can look like the best score style armor and stuff like that. That one can look a little bit cheap and plasticky, but I do like the fact that they've got the weathering there. You know, they're doing a good thing to the weathering. The belt itself, beautiful detail in the belt. You know, it's phenomenal amount of detail to that. You know, in the fact that it's like got that sort of fake leathery feel to it, makes you worry that it might fall apart. Same with the actual skirt thing. It's like, is that pleather? Because it's got a slight weird feel to it. I'm hoping it's not pleather, and I'm hoping it sort of lasts the test of time. But it's a lovely looking sort of, I would say, kind of a skirt as such. You know, the fact that that's like a hard rubber on our shoulders, so that should be fine. And knee problems are the same with around the wrists. You know, the thingy joints. So you've got that sort of a bit where it'll move around a little bit to give you sort of that room to be able to maneuver the hands and what have you. You know, so that's pretty cool. And the fact that the material, it's like all material, which means you've got no problem with the fact of it just getting destroyed over time with the posing of the figure. You know, the pants are the same. It should be absolutely bang on for doing some wonderful poses with, as long as you've got the articulation there, which hopefully we'll have no problem with. You know, but it's beautiful. I like the sort of back end of the skirt as well. You know, it's really well done. It's like a unique style design to her. The sort of suede-ness to her boots, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I like the fact that it's sort of you can have a joint inside of there which can be moving. The only thing I think that they've missed out on here is you haven't got any toe articulation. They really should have given you toe articulation, since it's two different colours and two different styles. They could have really given you toe articulation, and yeah, it would have been thingy. The fact that they're using a bit of elastic to hold on is great. But again, you know, so you can see just how much motion you're getting on the actual ankle. Really cool. With it being a split joint, the ankle, which is covered by the suede. And you get loads of motion in that, which is really good. I just wish they'd put some toe articulation in it. The knees here, I mean, that's surprising. That's surprising. That seems like a single joint to the knee. Why? It's using material as a thing. You should be able to have a double jointed knee on there and have no issues at all. Yet that feels like it's like a single joint, and it is bending slightly forward, which is a bit weird because your knees don't normally bend that far forward at all. But that's a bit disappointing. That the fact is that you're getting a bend forward to start with, but also the fact that the bend back over isn't that far. You know, the front rears of it isn't a great deal either. In fact, you've almost got more going backwards than what you've got going forwards, which again, very, very strange. You know, moving out over, this is okay, that's not bad, you know, you've got enough motion there. Seems like you might be on a ratchet. You can see you're getting next to no swivel, but you're getting one on the knee itself, which is a bit thinking that's a bit disconcerting, that you're getting what feels like a swivel on the actual knee itself, which means the joint on the knee is not too clever by the looks of it. You're not going to get really any articulation in the waist because of the way she's built. Yeah, so let's see what we've got in the arm. And again, that's a single bend in the arm. Why? Why only a single bend in the arm? It's a material piece. Yeah, the arm and the leg only having a single bend, that is crazy. You can have double bends in those, no problem at all, and you wouldn't do any damage to the thingy because it's literally, oh my god, they've messed up on that, really have. They could have made them double jointed thingies where they go all the way up and all the way back. It's crazy when you've got a figure like that's so good as her and that should be able to move really well. I mean, even the elbow joint there, you can see he's moving back over a little bit, which is just mental. I mean, it may be one of those ones, thing you can see there, that's a rich ratcheted shoulder joint going up, so it goes up 90 degrees, which is fine, that's what you want. Yeah, but the fat thing, and it's, yeah, you've got a little bit of motion there at the butterfly joint, comes all the way up as far as really you would need it to, and you can sort of push just that little bit more, so again you get it just beyond, coming back over. It's pretty cool. You've got enough motion there, that's no problem. Like I say, the ratcheted joint there going up to like full 90 degrees, it's absolutely fine. It's what you want, a ratcheted joint. Yeah, it's just this elbow, I mean, it's crazy. It really is a missed opportunity again there. So the fact that it hasn't got the toe articulation when they could have put that in, and the fact that, excuse me, you haven't got double bends in either the elbow joint or the knee joint is crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. But again, I still think she looks ultra cool. I mean, maybe it's going to be one of those ones where you change out the body just to give you that better body in the end there, but it's a case of I'd have to see if somebody else does it to see how easy it'll be to take off some of that clothing without knacking it. But it might be one of those ones that's worth doing that too, in order to have a much better body on it, because she's a great looking figure. She really is. To me, you can't go wrong with something that looks like that. And here we're going, it's like a sort of a little pose to show how it's clouting one of the remnant troopers, and he's starting to falling over. I mean, I'm not a great poser. I'm not posing with Peter or a Jedi Patrol or a Justin. I'm just learning. I'm still trying to get the hang of things and how to get motion into something and to make it look more real. But I think that's not too bad here. I mean, it's me sort of first attempt. I will tweak it and mess with it slightly to see if I can get it any better at some point. But for now, that's not too bad. I can live with that. It's just to give you a rough idea of like sort of how she can thingy. But it is like a really, really beautiful looking piece. I'm so happy to have her. I'm glad I didn't miss out when it's only a limited run that's going. Maybe she's still on it to buy for those that maybe want to buy. They want to go and have a look. It's somewhere like, I don't know, Toys Wonderland or Pop Culture or wherever your local thing is. Go and have a look and see if she's still there, because she's a good character. She just could have done with a better body underneath there. Like she really could have. Other than that, she's pretty damn cool. As you can see there, it's actually touching his helmet. And his helmet's looking like it's been moved, and he sort of looks like he's fallen back. So I don't think I've done too bad, considering. I just think this more needs to be done to get the sort of right angles to it. But anyway, guys, all I'm going to say is thank you so much for those that watched this all the way through. I really do appreciate your time. Sorry that this might sound a little bit disjointed, but like I say again, I had a technical difficulty, and for some reason my phone did not record the last part of the the sort of audio when I paused it, so I had to do it when I'm watching it, which then makes it disjointed at all. But again, thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. I can't wait to get my next figure and do the unboxing of my next figure, because I've got a few on the way at the minute that I've picked up quite recently. They're on their way from China. These ones are coming from Toys Wonderland, so we'll see just what happens when theirs come through and whether I get any sort of thingy from that. But anyway, guys, once again, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate the time. It means a lot to me. This is the Bearded Nerdy Oaf, and guess what, guys? Till next time, I am out of here.
So what I believe you were trying to say is thank you.
Thank you?
You're welcome.
What? No. I didn't. I wasn't. Why would I ever say that? I mean,
Okay.